Many people wake up every day feeling like the work they do doesn't really matter. They show up, complete tasks, respond to emails, sit in meetings, and still walk away with a quiet sense that none of it has any real world impact. If you've ever felt that way, you're not alone. The truth is, feeling disconnected from the purpose of your work is one of the biggest hidden causes of burnout, disengagement, and career dissatisfaction. But the good news is that impact isn't something that only certain jobs have. Impact is something we can create, cultivate, and amplify, no matter the industry, no matter the role. And today, we are going to explore how. The first shift begins with redefining what impact means. We often imagine impact as something grand or world changing, but in reality, it's often much smaller and more personal. Every job provides value to someone, even if that someone is just the team right next to you or the customers, quietly relying on the services you support. Sometimes impact isn't missing, it's simply hidden behind distance. That's why connecting with the end user of your work is incredibly powerful. The more clearly you can see who benefits from what you do, the more meaning your work naturally gains. But impact isn't limited to job descriptions. You can bring purpose into your workplace through the relationships you build. Getting to know your coworkers, asking about their lives, remembering their interests, checking in when they seem off. These small interactions shape the workplace culture more than most people realize. A simple conversation, a shared lunch, or even attending a company event can turn an ordinary workday into a space where people feel acknowledged, supported, and connected. Respect also plays a huge role. When you treat others with fairness, listen without interrupting, and create space for different opinions, you influence the tone of the entire environment. People begin to mirror that behavior. Communication becomes smoother, misunderstandings decrease, and the workplace becomes a space where people feel safe, expressing ideas without fear of being shut down. Another meaningful way to create impact is by shifting from pointing out problems to offering solutions. Anyone can identify what's wrong. What makes someone truly valuable in a workplace is the ability to move conversations toward answers. And you don't need all the answers yourself. Sometimes, simply asking the right questions or inviting someone else's perspective can set the entire team on a better path. Empathy might be one of the most underrated workplace skills. When you pause to understand what someone else might be going through, you elevate the entire team's emotional well being. Maybe you notice a coworker having an unusually rough day. Maybe someone suddenly seems distant or stressed. Even a simple, "Are you okay?" can show them they are not alone. And that small gesture can change their day more than you know. Helping others is another powerful form of impact. If you see a teammate overwhelmed with tasks, offering support doesn't just relieve their workload, it builds trust. Over time, these acts of service create a stronger, more resilient team where people feel safe, leaning on each other. Of course, making a positive impact also means speaking up when something isn't right. If you witness unfairness, exclusion, or even subtle forms of mistreatment, choosing to voice your concern, whether directly or through HR, creates a safer environment for everyone. Silence protects the problem, speaking up protects the people. Maintaining a positive attitude also shapes the workplace more than people realize. Optimism isn't about pretending everything is perfect. It's about approaching challenges with curiosity instead of frustration, opportunity instead of fear. When one person brings that energy into a team, it spreads. Impact also grows when you actively seek feedback. Understanding how others perceive Your contributions helps you refine your strengths and improve your weaknesses. Feedback doesn't diminish you, it sharpens you. And as you grow, you begin noticing your natural leadership moments. Leadership isn't about titles or authority. It's about taking initiative, staying organized, and being open to ideas that aren't your own. Every time you step up to guide a project, support a teammate, or make a thoughtful decision, you're shaping the environment around you. The deeper message in all of this is simple. Impact isn't something you wait for, it's something you create. At work, in relationships, in the smallest daily interactions, you have the power to make things better than you found them. And when you do, not only does the workplace transform, you transform with it. The key takeaway is this: meaning is not something your job gives you, it's something you bring into your job through connection, empathy, initiative, and the willingness to make things better for others. When you choose to contribute positively, no matter how small the action, you leave a mark that's much bigger than you think.
This information is brought to you by Ramakrishna Surathu, author of the book You Are God, founder, developer, and chief executive officer of the self sustainable city